Hi everybody, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're returning, if this is your first time here, karibu sana. This is Shiko, and in this channel I'm more about mental health wellness. I'm very passionate about self-awareness and self-discovery, and I talk about different topics every day as it relates to my life and also things that I have observed in the society. And today I just wanted to be very candid about religion and how it really affects somebody's mental health wellness. Because the two can go hand in hand. And Kenya being a very religious state, and even Africa as a whole being, we are very religious people. Sometimes you really find that religion really affects the way you think about yourself, the way you think about what goes in your head, and also the way you speak. And I would like to say that religion has also been part of my mental crisis. I have been very candid on how I have struggled with suicidal thoughts in the past. And whenever I was going through a crisis, I kept on telling myself, oh, God, you're not with me. Or maybe God is punishing me. Or maybe God thinks that I don't deserve this thing. Or maybe, I would just go through different scenarios as it relates to God. And at some point I do even say that, oh, I'm sure God is going to see me through this one round. He's going to bless me. And so when whatever I was expecting didn't work, it would really throw me off guard. It would be like, what? But why didn't it work? Like, God, see, I prayed. See, like, I asked you to be with me, and I even like fasted and I even waited upon you. And let's be honest, folks, it's very easy for us to feel like God is walking away from us, right? It's very easy for us to think of a word that a preacher said, or something that you heard from somebody, or maybe somebody came and said that, oh, it's your time and God is going to bless you and God is going to take you in another level. And so whatever you are waiting for, when it doesn't happen, then it becomes such a traumatic thing to go through. And sometimes you ask yourself so many questions. So I have, through a lot of, therapy and a lot of actually self um, discovering and being self-aware about myself, I have learned how to navigate the issue of religion. And number one, the steps that I've taken, towards tackling this thing is I am not religious anymore. There's a difference. I am very spiritual. I talk to God every morning and I read my Bible and I go for service and all those things, but I am not religious anymore because I feel when you are religious, you follow things. But when you're spiritual, the journey with you and God becomes very personal. And so my journey with me and God has been very personal. I don't need, sometimes I don't need somebody coming to tell me what God has told them. Not that I'm against that. I'm not against that. I at times, go to seek God's will with my, my small fellowship group. But at the same time, I first listen to what God wants to talk to me about a particular issue. And the other thing is that I stopped putting a lot of pressure to myself when it comes to things not working. I stopped looking for meaning when something has not worked. Because when something is not working, it's very easy for you to go down and start thinking of why did it not work? God, what did I do wrong? Or maybe like, God, what is it that I had not done that I need to do for you to remember me, right? So I stopped looking for meanings when something is not working, and I started telling myself that sometimes it's life for things not to work. It's not necessarily that the devil has something with it or God has something to do with it. Sometimes life just happens as life, and I have made peace with knowing that things can work and they cannot work. Right. The other thing is that I've also learned to know that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a break. It's okay also to be angry and to ask questions, because some time back I never used to question God. I would be like, oh God, you cannot question God, or you cannot be angry with God. And nowadays, if I feel like I'm feeling a certain type of way, I feel justified that I feel certain type of way. Remember Jesus on the cross, when he was about to die, he said, Father, take away this cup of suffering. When he was about to be crucified in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was like, take away this cup of suffering, right? And when he was about to die, he actually cried, Father, 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 why have you abandoned me? And so this thing of people telling you, oh, don't question God, oh, don't feel like God has left you, oh, blah, 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 blah. That is a very natural feeling because you're a human being. And so I've learned to validate myself that, hey, whatever you're going through is fine. It's okay to ask God questions, right? For me nowadays, it's very normal for me to sit down and like have a conversation with God and just ask God, okay, God, please help me walk through this thing, okay? I won't ask like, oh, why did you leave me? Oh, why didn't you let this thing work? No, not things like that. What I normally do is that like I have a moment of just silence to myself and also with God, and like kind of have a conversation with Him. And what I do now this is to tell God I may not understand, and sometimes I get really down with it. I'm like, you know what? What was the big deal for you to do for me such and such a thing? And once I'm done with my ranting, or rather with like kind of feeling bad and sad and feeling like something should have happened, I normally just go back and also tell God that I thank you. Whatever has happened, you know it better than me. You know that I know that I have the strength to walk through this, and then now things start changing, and my heart starts changing, and also my mind starts changing. And so don't let anyone guilt trip you with your feelings. They are very valid. The feelings of feeling like God walked out from you are very valid feelings, because even Jesus on the cross, he did the same thing. So, you know, everything that is very spiritual and very religious also plays a big role in how you see things, and with also how things go through your mind. So I have learned to, even when it comes to forgiving, right? Because the Bible commands you to forgive one another like Christ has forgiven you. And there are times you can really feel that somebody has wronged you, and you're like, what? How am I going to forgive this person? Or like, how am I going to get myself in that position where I sit down and say that, okay, they wronged me, and that's fine, right? You have to walk through the process. You have to go through the process of being angry, being, feeling like the person wronged you, like they did something wrong, and then you have to accept that, no, I have to let it go. But don't let somebody guilt trip you and tell you, oh, God demands you for you to go forgive. Yes, He demands you for you to forgive. And I'm advocating for people forgiving the other person. But then also I'm advocating for forgive when you feel you're ready. Forgive when you feel that I need to let this go. Forgive in your own terms, because you might say that you are forgiven, but your heart is still holding on to that thing. So I have learned to navigate uh, my spiritual way of life, and with how I think about things, and how I think about outcomes of certain things. And that has really helped me, because I think most of the times we are taught to be very ready, just to a point that we also lose touch of our human part of being. As much as we are very spiritual people, and as much as we Christians and believers and Muslims or Hindus and Buddhists and all these things, as long as we believe in something, we also are human beings who are going through life. And it's okay for you to validate yourself. It's okay for you to feel like God has left you, and it's okay to feel like things are not working out, and like you actually need to have a serious talk with God. That is what I normally say, like, hey, God, I need to have a serious talk with you. It's okay, right? And it's very, very important. I think we need to talk about how religion has to do with mental health crisis and mental health issues, and also even when you're self discovering, or when you're in the process of being self aware about yourself. These are also things that you need to revisit. How do I think about God? How do I think that God thinks about me? Right? You need to go through those things, and you need to dig deep on how you feel about this whole issue of religion and spiritualism and all those things, right? And I have battled so many things when it comes to religion, my beliefs in God, what I really do believe in. But all in all, it has given me more clarity on what I believe in and what I know it is for a fact. And I would like every one of us who is watching this video to embark on a journey of knowing what does religion mean to you? What does it do for you? Are you a spiritual person? Do you believe in God because somebody told you to believe in God? Do you believe in God because somebody told you if you don't, you will go to hell? Do you believe in God because you think God is going to save you from bad things happening to you? Do you believe in God because you want to go to heaven? Do you believe in God because you believe that God made the other human being who is next to you? You know, what makes you believe in God, and how does believing in what you believe in makes you a better human and makes you a better person, and also makes you see life the way you see it, right? I think it's very important for everybody to have that candid conversation with themselves and also with whatever you believe in. I am not narrowing this down to Christianity. I'm a Christian myself, but I'm also, because I know this video is normally watched by people from any other religions. So I'm saying, whatever you believe in, how does it affect your life, and how does it affect how you see yourself? And I think it's very, very important. So let's think about these things. Let us also reflect on how it affects us as human beings and how it changes the way we see things. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you think it's going to be helpful to somebody, or to to a particular person, please feel free to share it. Share with as many people as you can. You can comment in the comment section how you feel about religion and how religion has affected you as a person, and how you think about the whole topic, and also the whole topic of spiritualism, because it's a whole different topic, right? And also you can like the video, and better still, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will see you in my next video. And until then, may God take care of you, may God watch over you, may his light shine upon you. Bye. Thanks for watching.